Good evening, guys. So this table for 22 homework assignment, I just wanted to briefly remind you on how to do some things in case if you're still having difficulty with this, which is okay. Okay, so this shouldn't take too long. Let's go. Alright, so this whole scenario is about you hosting a dinner, right? That's why there's a picture, people eating. And you've got 22 guests that you have to seat at your dinner table, right? And number one's basically asking you to model, aka sketch, five, or at least, right? At least five different possibilities of dimensions for rectangles, right? That would work for having your 25 guests over, okay? I actually think it's important to answer number two first before you start. Excuse me. Before you start doing number one. Anyways, so number two says, what is the perimeter of each table in all of your sketches? My perimeter is going to be 22. Sorry about that. My perimeter is going to be 22 because that's how many guests I have coming to my party. And I need to make sure that I can seat 22 people. Okay? And if you forgot, perimeter basically of a rectangle or any shape really is, okay? So if you didn't know what perimeter is, there it is. It's all the sides added up. So if I were you, and you could do whatever you want, as long as you don't pick 1,000 or something that doesn't work, I would start with 1, right? If this side is 1, I know that this side also has to be 1, okay? And for those of you that like to see math visually, I started off with 22 guests, right? Alright, my perimeter is 22. I've taken away 1 2 times because I already got a seat for, I don't know, I can pretend that this is my mom and this is my dad, okay? So that means I have 20 people left who need to sit down. And I have 2 sides that are equal where they should, be able to be set. So the remaining number 20, you would just divide that by 2. You cut that in half because it has to be equal on both sides. And that would be 10 on both sides, okay? Alright, I'll do another one for you. I'm going to skip to another number because I don't want to do all of them in order for you. But let's say I have 5 people sitting on this side, okay? That means I'll probably have 5 people over here too. Not probably, I will, because they're equal. So, I start off with 22, and I took 5 away 2 times. If you don't like writing minus 5 twice, you can just write minus 10, but I'm doing it just so people can see that out. If you do 22 minus 5 2 times, or 22 minus 10, that's going to give you 12. You have 12 people left who need a seat, okay? Your uncle and aunt are getting upset because they're sitting there, standing, they're hungry, they need a place to sit down. Anyways, so if you have 12 people that need to sit down, and you've got 2 sides left, it's going to be 6 and 6. I hope that makes sense, okay? So for this, don't forget you need at least 5 possibilities. I'm going to be checking for that, okay? You could draw a square, different size rectangle, it could look like this, whatever, okay? Now number 3, what I told you guys before you left, and hopefully you wrote it in before you left. If you didn't, whatever, it's okay. I wanted you to start with the length of 1, and I want you to go all the way down. You're going to notice something funny about this one when you calculate this. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet, but you'll notice something weird about it. Okay? Now, if the length is 1, we already figured out that the width should be 10. So I'd put that there. Okay? And to get the area, you would do 1 times 10, which gives you 10. If the length is 2, if you need to see it drawn out, you're more than welcome to draw it out wherever if you need scratch paper. You start off with 22 people, 2 people had a seat, 2 more people had a seat, and that means you've got 18 seats left, okay? If you've got 2 sides left and 18 people need to sit down, you just cut this number by half, right? Divide that by 2. 9 and 9, okay? So the width would be 9, and to calculate this area, you do length times width, just like always. 2 times 9 would give you 18. I want you to go ahead and complete filling this out. On the back, let's see. This should be pretty obvious, hopefully, which dimensions have the largest possible area. I'm pretty sure you'll be able to find that clearly. Finding an equation. You need to know if it's linear, right? Exponential. Oh, this is horrible. Whatever. I'm tired, and it's hard to do this right now. Anyways, exponential, or if it is quadratic. Okay? You can find this out by going here, going to your table, and trying to find out what is happening between each of these steps. Okay? Remember, if it's quadratic, there's going to be something happening in the second common difference. Okay? Anyways, so should be able to do that. Haha. Yeah, we did it. That's the size of my head, by the way. It's pretty big. Graph it. And when you graph this, what I said was L stands for length, clearly. Okay? And this A of L, let's just say it stands for the area. Okay? This is X. This is Y, if you need that. So along this side, you should be graphing this. Okay? And for this side, the Y, you should be graphing these. Okay? Man, I just keep thinking of stuff. Alright, I'm going to tell you you don't need to graph this last one, and we'll get into a little debate about that the next time I see you guys. But for the length, you need to get up to 10, okay? For your x's. I'm going to tell you I've already counted these squares. Sorry, I need to erase that. I've already counted these squares, and I know there's 20 of them. I don't want you to count by ones. If you do, I'm not going to take points off. But I want to show you, when you do your quadratic function, it's going to be really crammed up, okay? Once again, if you do it like that, I mean, I'm not going to hate on you. Whatever. It's okay. Well, you'll get full credit still, as long as it works. But one thing that I would advise to do is that if you have to go up to 10, and there are 20 boxes, I would skip every other box and then write a number. So I'd skip this, and on the second box, write 1. Skip, write 2 on the next one. Skip, write 3. Skip, write 4. Skip, write 5. And you would keep doing that until you get to 10 for this last one. Okay? Now, for the area, it's a tree. Your area, I believe the biggest one should be 30, if I'm not mistaken. So, you know, if you count by ones, you're not going to get up to 30 because it's 20 boxes up here. Okay? So, you could skip by 2s for every box. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, right? Skip by 2s all the way up. Your last number up here should be 40, if you counted correctly. And then you should be able to graph it, and it'll look really beautiful, like that. Okay? Yes, I'm an artist. Don't hate. I said put a star on number 6. We'll do that together. Don't worry about that. And 7 I expect you to do. This is where you have to write if it's linear, exponential, or quadratic. And I want you to explain it with algebraic terms, you know. It is linear because it has a blah blah blah. It's exponential because it has a blah blah blah. It's quadratic because it has a blah blah blah. Okay? Hopefully this was helpful if you guys had any questions. And I hope you have a great rest of your evening. Take care.